Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And my brothers and sisters, what we're going to talk about today is the breaking news that comes out that, shocker of all shocks, an ATF employee was smuggling guns into Mexico. That's weird because the ATF told us it was all us. Anyway, that's what we're going to talk about. I'm sure there's just innocent allegations that can't be proven wrong immediately in the following excerpts of this video. Yeah, everything will be linked in the description box below, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this one and send this one out because it is so bad. And of course, make sure you like that video, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. And the content today is brought to you by Collectors Firearms. Now, Collectors Firearms is putting together a Facebook page, and it's all about sharing a community, sharing some information, and really driving a camaraderie amongst our peers in our industry. Everything together on that Facebook page, which is linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for checking it out, and thank you to Collectors Firearms for putting that page together and also for sponsoring this content. All right, my brothers and sisters, we have got to dive into this because, shocker of all shocks, I am appalled at the alleged activities of an ATF agent. And if you guys want to see more details of this, and you also want to see sarcasm perfected, Second Legacy, right down there, me and Tim just finished filming an episode around this, and it's chef's kiss. Anyway, let's keep going. Former U.S. firearms investigator illegally trafficked guns to Mexico, and the government document alleges. Now, this broke on the 20th, October 20th. Now, at a high level, I just want to run you guys through a few of the surrounding things with the ATF, what they've been doing, how they've done, and all the things in the last, let's call it 12 years. So you have Operation Fast and Furious, which happened about a decade ago. The ATF was illicitly running guns into Mexico. They were then used by cartel members to kill a border patrol agent. That one happened. Then you have the ATF having Project Thor, which we covered on this channel, almost exclusively, to be honest. Project Thor had a list of where everyone was going from a smuggling operation and gun trafficking from the United States, from straw purchasers all the way to couriers across the border and into Mexico and the cartels. Then you have the ATF telling us we can't have pieces of metal which make a gun, even though they're not metal yet. Pieces of metal that are a machine gun that aren't a machine gun. You can't have a pistol brace, and now you're a dealer if you sell 2 guns in a month. Yeah, the whole time, this is what's been going on. All right, just throwing that out there. Someone in some seat of power needs to write some more letters. That'll do it. Monterrey. Jose Luis Meneses, a Mexican national who worked as an investigator for the ATF at the U.S. consulate in Tijuana, admitted to buying firearm parts online and at a Californian gun store and trafficking them into Mexico for profit back in 2017, according to the letter and an ATF memo from the time obtained by Reuters. I think it's interesting that Reuters is breaking this because they had a random chance of journalism, as I think Rush Limbaugh used to say. But there's a memo, people, and there's a letter. Keep in mind about that memo, because we're going to talk about that in a second, because what you're going to hear about that is, I'm giving it 60-40, that it might shock you. It might not, though. Let's keep going. So, nearly 70% of traced firearms used to commit crimes and seized in Mexico come from the United States, according to the ATF. Yeah, I wonder if they have the subtitle around their employees doing it. Anyway, the Grassley letter, which is Senator Chuck Grassley, dated October 18th, which cites the 2017 ATF memo, again, there's that memo again, and information describes as whistleblower disclosures accusing the agency of not conducting a full investigation into the matter. This is where it becomes a scandal. If you knew this happened, you knew all these things, and your solution is just not to say anything, sweep it under a rug, and continue for to allow the Mexican government to sue American gun manufacturers as traffickers, when you knew the whole time from internal ATF documents that Project Thor and all the smuggling and trafficking was happening through illegal means, not manufacturers, and now your people are doing this and you're brushing it under the rug? This doesn't look good. Just saying, and that's being nice. Let's continue, though. If these protected disclosures are true and accurate, they illustrate a failure by the ATF to hold its employees accountable for criminal misconduct. Facts. This is a rogue agency. Grassley's letter also raised questions about how much information U.S. officials told their Mexican counterparts about the allegations of gun smuggling by the ATF employee, a point that could stoke tensions between the two countries. Now, the reason that it could stoke tensions is because Mexico already blames the United States for all of their gun violence from the illegal criminal cartels. that's kind of a silly place to place the onus of the problem that you have in your own country. But that's why they're suing manufacturers, American gun manufacturers, in United States court, and it's been thrown out multiple times. I do find it interesting that the leftist attorney generals from leftist gun control states have signed on to that brief with Mexico against United States gun manufacturers, which is a whole different little issue in of itself. But you're talking to a point now where all of this has happened, and this is what they've been doing behind the scenes, brushing things under the rug. Okay. These people need oversight. The ATF confirmed that it had received the letter, talking about the Grassley letter, and said the agency investigates such allegations and takes appropriate action, declining to discuss details of the case. A U.S. government official said that's what happened in this case. So translation, we'll take care of our own. It's our issue. It's in our yard. We'll clean it up. You guys don't need to know about it. Just trust that we did it. No accountability needed. No, accountability is needed. Because you were an executive bureaucracy making rules whole cloth, reinterpreting definitions within existing law, usurping the power of Congress, and meanwhile you're doing this, and when you get your hand caught in the cookie jar, your answer is, yeah, we investigate these things, but we don't disclose the details or the outcomes. Yeah, to quote Friends, that's not acceptable. Anyway, let me show you what happened here, because there was a memo, people. Remember I teased the memo? Check this out. In Grassley's letter, he accused the agency of treating the allegations of gun smuggling like an administrative matter and questioned whether ATF investigated possible links between Meneses or his associates or Mexican cartels. The ATF memo is a detailed summary of Meneses. Okay, I had it until just now. Meneses' case, prepared by a top ATF official in Mexico at the time, and addressed to the then head of Mexico's specialized unit to investigate cases of terrorism and arms trafficking, but it's unclear if that memo was ever sent. Well, what are the odds? Like I said, if you guys want sarcasm at full bore, check out the Second Legacy episode me and Tim did on this. But all this and a memo was never sent? I wonder why a memo wouldn't be sent about ATF negative allegations when they're doing all the other activities that they're doing. And by the way, this happened back in 2017. This guy used diplomatic plates to get across borders without inspections. Way to go. Way to go. Someone needs to be held accountable for something at some point in time. Just saying. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.